Now that's more like it. Standing triumphant at WrestleMania 41 thanks to you. Something I really like about this slingshot technology is I'm not restricted to only my matches. I have the power to jump into the boots of other superstars and change the course of their career too. And I can think of no better choice than the main event of 1997 Survivor Series. That's right, the infamous night that saw Bret Hart defend his championship against Shawn Michaels. They had so many epic battles, but after a particularly painful loss to Michaels at WrestleMania 12, Bret would take a sabbatical from WWE, eventually returning late in 1996. By the spring of 1997, things were much different than WWE. Bret and his family had reformed a bigger and better Hart Foundation, while Shawn and his friends created DX.
Are you ready?
The two groups despised each other, and after months of chaos, it all led to Survivor Series. And it was on that night that Shawn would steal the championship and send Bret Hart packing to WCW in an event known as the Montreal Screwjob. It's no secret that I'm a Bret Hart fan, and I consider him one of the greatest of all time. So let's hop into Bret's boots and take on Shawn Michaels in his prime, something I never got to do. The plan is simple. Avoid the sharpshooter, and we'll be okay. But if Shawn can apply the hold, we know exactly what is going to happen. Slingshot Tech, take us to the 1997 Survivor Series in Montreal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
Possibly the two biggest egos in all of wrestling history are about to collide here tonight.
From San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, the WWE European Champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
How many times have we heard Shawn Michaels say, "I won't lay down for anybody"? And how many times have we heard Bret say, he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be? It is put up or shut up time for both men.
Shawn Michaels certainly not endearing himself to the fans here in Canada.
Well, HBK is arrogant, but he is the greatest athlete in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment, bar none.
I'd like to see you tell Bret Hart that. You can feel the electricity.
His opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 234 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, Bret Hitman Hart.
And what an ovation for the 21-year veteran who debuted at the age of 19 in 1976 in Calgary.
Shawn Michaels would not allow D-Generation X to accompany him to the ring tonight, and likewise, Bret Hart would not allow the Hart Foundation to accompany him either.
You know, this is not about the money. This might not even be about the title.
These two men truly believe in their hearts that they are the better man.
Come on, guys. Let's not kid ourselves. This is all about power. You know it, and I know it.
The WWE Championship, one of the most highly contested titles in the world of professional wrestling. Will Bret Hart remain champion? Will Shawn Michaels carry the gold once again? There is so much electricity in the air here tonight in Montreal. This is always going to be a big match for both Shawn and Bret, but squaring off in Montreal only adds to the importance of tonight. This isn't just a huge match for both these men. This may be one of the biggest matches we've ever seen in WWE.
Yeah, the title almost feels secondary tonight, which is crazy to even say out loud. This feud has been boiling for years, and it never seems like it will fully be settled. I know this is going to be one we'll talk about for years.
He's looking to take things to the outside now.
Double underhook applied.
Butterfly suplex.
And we all know how good these two men are in the ring. You can argue two of the best to ever do it. But tonight, I don't think either man cares about showing off technical skill. These two just want to fight.
When it's gotten to this level, when it has become so personal, there is nothing else to expect. All that is left is a down and dirty fight between two guys that hate each other's guts.
Things are heading ringside now.
Side Russian leg sweep. His Canadian biased crowd continues to let Shawn Michaels know what they think about him. A very hostile environment for HBK.
Yeah, and Shawn has never done himself any favors towards changing their opinion either. At least we can say Michaels isn't prejudiced to who he insults. If you have a pulse, you're fair game.
And he gets delivered back into the ring. Ooh, what a damaging blow. Hitman is performing with... Figure 4. Leg lock.
Needs to find a way out, reversing the pressure. That'll break the hold. Side headlock applied. Oh, and a right hand for good measure.
This personal rivalry goes so far back. You can see the seeds of it when they were both tag team competitors, part of the Hart Foundation and the Rockers. Each man becoming breakout stars and leaders of a new generation in WWE. Up until that point, it was professional. But recent years and the weight of carrying the industry have changed these men.
The turning point was right for the title.
Shoulders up.
Not even close to down and out at this point. Watch the quickness on this. Whipped over in a snap suplex. And that core area really getting lit up.
And something Brett has to know is all the attributes Shawn possesses, Michaels might have more cardiovascular conditioning here. Michaels is insanely resilient. Remember what Michaels did, Corey, in St. Louis just a month ago against The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. He used every attribute to survive that encounter.
I've never seen a match more unholy than that Hell in a Cell match. HBK might not be surrounded by steel tonight, but I think the test in front of him is even greater. Michaels is going to need everything in him to survive at the Survivor Series. Brett's bent on destroying HBK with moves like that. He's setting something up.
Connecting on the DDT.
Put in the corner now. Uncorked a big punch.
And if Bret Hart isolates the leg and feels the advantage in the legs, Wade, he won't go anywhere else.
You're right, because all that's in the back of his mind is the sharpshooter. It's that precise breakdown of his target that has made the Hitman who he is.
Ooh, hard into the turnbuckle. Down to the mat. HBK in real danger here.
Hitman proving he's done his homework on HBK right here.
Shawn showing he's not out of it.
Yeah, and he's going to use this window of opportunity before it closes.
Beautiful dragon screw takedown. Seamless transition into the leg lock.
Right into a leg lock.
Call it academic. That's just the way it goes with the excellence of execution.
Figure
vicious swinging neck breaker.
Just a surgical approach we're seeing from Hart.
Michaels needs to be resourceful in this situation.
Kicks right to the midsection. Opponent dropped in the corner.
Mudhole stomping.
Powerful uppercut finds the mark.
Heading to the top rope here.
From the heavens.
Each shot landing with a little bit more venom.
Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up.
Boom! This is a war of attrition with neither superstar wanting to be the one who surrenders.
You can feel the contact, and so does the WWE Universe. What impressive determination from both competitors, keeping at each other no matter what.
Shoving him into the corner now.
Ring post figure 4 by Bret Hart. Oh! And to speak on the elephant in the room, yes, there's been a lot of speculation that if Bret Hart loses this match, this will be his last match in WWE.
Yeah, I tried to get word from the Hitman earlier today about the rumors, but I was quickly escorted away by his Hart Foundation brethren.
It's a rumor cloud that hangs above the collective minds of this capacity crowd. Such an anxious feeling inside this arena.
Oh, the knee just being torn apart now.
Ooh, nice Russian leg sweep.
Big leg drop.
This has got to be demoralizing for Michaels.
Michaels looking racked with pain. The Hitman remaining a step ahead.
He's looking to go high risk from the top rope.
Wants to finish this.
Look out. Wow, cross body.
This match has gone above and beyond anything anyone expected tonight.
Neither Shawn nor Bret look like they're going to relate to the other. This has been more about punishing each other than winning the title.
Hart has flight in mind.
From above.
And Bret on the top rope and the referee knocked down, guys.
Well, took down Shawn Michaels, but accidentally took down the ref in the process. And at this point, all bets are off.
Michaels to the eyes of the Hitman. Shawn taking advantage of the referee's state at the moment. But what is HBK thinking now? Oh,
And now looking for a sharpshooter. Bret Hart's own move. Shawn Michaels trying to turn him on his belly.
And the referee dropped once again as Bret kicked Michaels away.
And another ref's in.
What is going on here?
I guess we're not going to get a screw job tonight, Wade.
Fez press! Fez press! We have a pin for the title. Quick shoulder up.
How on earth could he not keep him down for even one at this point?
Reorientating them in the corner here.
Ooh, great anticipation.
The excellence of execution, looking to cinch it in. Can he turn his opponent over? Yes. Sharpshooter applied.
A lot of pressure being applied to the spine here. Is Hart going to tap him with the sharpshooter? Wait a minute. What a counter.
That last shot did major damage. Blood's running down his face.
Double leg takedown. Oh, we've seen this time and again from the Hitman, the sharpshooter.
Brett retains the title.
Here is your winner and still WWE Champion, Bret Hitman Hart.
You can feel the uncertainty in the air already.
Yeah, who knows what Brett is going to do now?
A lot of questions still unanswered here.
Feels good to execute some long overdue showcase justice. Now, I'd like to switch gears, indulge myself a little, and use this technology to go up against 3 WWE legends that I've dreamed of competing against in a WWE ring. First up is a trip to the land of the extreme, ECW. When I first made it to WWE, I started on their ECW brand, but I always wondered how I do in the original ECW. Who would I face, you ask? Who is CM Punk's dream ECW opponent? And you know me, I aim high. And if I went to ECW and didn't call out the king of the deathmatch, the hardcore icon, if I didn't call out Cactus Jack to show me what extreme truly means, then what am I even doing here? The most violent of Mick Foley's alter egos, Cactus Jack tormented foes in the United States, Puerto Rico, Japan, basically anywhere that had glass, barbed wire, and fire was a place he wanted to compete. But I'd want my match to be at Hardcore Heaven 1994, a show made famous when the fans threw so many chairs into the ring it covered both Cactus and Terry Funk as well.
Please do not throw chairs into the ring! Stop the chairs!
Cactus Jack was a master of the Falls Count Anywhere match. It allowed him to be at his very best, and that is exactly what I want here. Whether you take me into battle or side with Cactus, you need to know that you're going to be in for a fight. But proving yourself against CM Punk is just as valuable as proving yourself as CM Punk, so you win either way. And I get to live out my dream no matter what.
CM Punk is here, and he is ready to return to the extreme.
Falls Count Anywhere in the ECW arena against Cactus Jack. I have a feeling that extreme will only be scratching the surface during this match.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
Taking nothing away from Punk, an ECW World Champion in his own right. Is he truly ready for tonight? Because the ECW that CM Punk was a part of and the ECW that Cactus Jack was a part of are two completely different breeds.
Very true, but Punk has always embodied the heart and soul of ECW, no matter what era. And we know he's got a big enough chip on his shoulder to want to prove that at any cost tonight.
What we should really worry about is what Cactus Jack plans to do to Punk's heart and soul tonight. Because if Cactus has his way, it won't be pretty. And it won't be for the faint of heart.
CM Punk ready to go to battle. Ready to stand toe-to-toe with ECW's infamous Cactus Jack.
A disturbed, violent man with his sights set on CM Punk.
From Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds, Cactus Jack.
Whether it's in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, Tokyo, Japan, or Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Cactus Jack is revered as the most sacred of all hardcore icons around the world. And with the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation tonight, he might just drag CM Punk all the way around the globe during this match. Two men who have no problem making a show of force to get their message across.
And there is no better stipulation in no better venue to make such a show of force than a Falls Count Anywhere match in the ECW arena.
Folks, I can already warn you, this match will not be for the faint of heart. The war of words between these two men, CM Punk and Cactus Jack, has come and gone, and now it's time for a war of words, a war of weapons, a war of whatever sadistic machinations have been running through these men's minds.
It does not get more hardcore than the ECW arena, especially when it's Falls Count Anywhere. CM Punk and Cactus Jack, two men who remain stalwart and resolute in their convictions through blood, sweat, and tears.
Smart money's on a whole lot of all three of those things in this match, gentlemen. Cactus will make sure.
What a hit from shoulders down. And the kick out.
Too early in the match to end it.
And Cactus Jack is just so unpredictable. When you're in the ring with him, you never quite know what he's going to throw at you.
Well, I'd usually counter that you can't let Cactus get the chance to unleash his particular brand of insanity on you, but that's not a realistic possibility here. Punk just needs to do what he can to keep on Cactus and be even more unpredictable, if he can. Relentless violence is Cactus Jack's stock and trade, but it needs to be CM Punk's as well here. Fans have long awaited this showdown, as Punk and Jack's paths have never quite crossed.
Indeed, Corey. Around the time Cactus Jack was winding down his full-time career, CM Punk's career was just beginning. While Cactus did have a brief in-ring return as Mick Foley in 2006, it ended a few months before CM Punk's debut.
And in both of those cases, Father Time had a hand in determining who would be the better competitor. Tonight, we're getting both men in their prime, and I cannot...
Here's the pin. Punk powers out, still going strong.
Still fighting to keep in this thing.
Back into the ring here. No count out as he takes things out of the ring.
Ooh, a vicious shot right to the dome. Jeez, that's going to leave a mark. Repeated hits like that are going to add up very quick. Plenty of damage being dealt here. Letting out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some.
Overwhelming offense now from Punk.
Oh, yeah, Punk's not backing down to Cactus here. Far from it.
And he's able to avoid that offense.
And battling out a very unsafe and precarious area.
There's plenty of ways this could go wrong fighting up on the stage like this.
Dirty reversal, just raking the eyes. Swinging neck breaker.
Textbook. Big time height on that kick.
Doing battle on the stage. Danger lingering everywhere.
Oh, he saw it coming. And things backstage are getting quickly out of hand.
Oh, they're done playing nice. They've got some serious aggression that needs to be worked out, and this just might be the best way to do it.
Stomped into the ground.
What's Jack in for?
Clothesline! And he manages to escape just in the nick of time.
Crossbody from the top. Hooked up, DDT.
Counters to gain the advantage.
Stopping that with a back elbow.
Oh, no, I can't imagine what's going to happen next.
I can't wait to find out. Holding nothing back on top of this entrance ramp.
Coming back from the outside now. He's heading to the top turnbuckle. From way up. Diving double axe handle. CM Punk heading to the top rope.
Taking flight. Gets the knees up. Incredible wherewithal.
Oh, man.
Violent artistry, courtesy of Cactus Jack and CM Punk. That's what this blood...
Take off.
Oh, nobody home for that one. Punk now with a quick duck under and a Uranagi converts it into the...
He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
First up top. Diving knee drop. And another climb.
To the sky. Face, meet, knee. Fortune favors the bold. These risks could be a winning strategy.
Opponent lifted. Uh-oh. Oof. Retaliating with a...
Cactus Jack.
Is it enough to overcome Punk?
And going for the pin. Oh, my God.
We have just witnessed next level grit, resilience, and even more so, defiance. How do you stop that?
A new strategy is needed right about now. That couldn't end things.
Back and forth, neither Punk nor Cactus Jack relenting. Talk about an absolute battle.
A battle of wills with both of these men showing the ultimate willpower. Just an all-time violent classic we're witnessing right now.
Kick lands. Switched it up and hit the DDT.
Oh, he cuts it off.
Boom.
Uranagi by Punk. He turns it into the anaconda. And he's releasing the hold. I guess he might have something else in mind here.
focused.
Punk pounding away. Now he's going to go up to the top rope. What on earth does CM Punk got planned here?
Punk looking to go for broke. Underhooks both arms. Here we go from the very top turnbuckle. The plunge. Put a bow on it. This one's wrapped up.
The cover. Good Lord. CM Punk just defeated Cactus Jack in the ECW arena.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
What a violent match this was. CM Punk has to have been feeling some kind of catharsis, making it through this, and most importantly, making it through Cactus Jack.
Well, Punk may have won the battle, but the thing about a sadist like Cactus Jack is that he has no problem soldiering on with the war.
Yeah, CM Punk and Cactus Jack just went through hell here. But we know for a fact that's where Cactus Jack feels most comfortable, win or lose. Punk deserves to celebrate, but he should also watch his back from now on.
Oh man, that was wild. The results don't even matter when you're in the ring facing legends in matches you never thought possible. A win, a loss, come on. It's about the moment here, and what a moment that was. Now that I got my ECW experience taken care of, I have my sights set on a man that many consider my dream opponent. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Despite our glaring differences, there's a lot of similarities between us. Give us a microphone and watch us captivate the audience.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
We do not back down from anybody, always ready to fight. Talking trash on an Attitude Era Raw against a prime Rattlesnake simply wasn't in the cards for my career, but at least with slingshot technology, I can make this match happen. All the respect in the world to Steve and every single achievement in his career, but trust that I'm going to bring the fight to him in a no-holds-barred match the second the bell rings. Austin wants to brawl all over the place? He wants weapons? Sounds good to me. Hell, I'm all for it after that fight with Cactus Jack. I've even got a special place in mind. A special arena in Chicago where we can have this all take place. Are you going to back me up and try to take down Stone Cold? Or do you think Steve Austin has my number? No matter what you choose, I'm going to do my best to take the head off the snake.
Son, you're looking at the best there is.
The best in the world, CM Punk.
Ready to try his hand at clobbering a rattlesnake.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
CM Punk has been in many epic battles, fought some of the all-time greats, but he's never faced a challenge like the Texas Rattlesnake.
But that's exactly what Punk came here for. He's not looking for a night off. Punk wants to test himself against a man who he thinks is one of the best to ever put on a pair of boots. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, but we'll see how Punk feels when those boots are stomping a mud hole in his chest.
CM Punk looks ready for this. I might even go so far as to say excited.
Well, it's not every day you get to tangle with a legend. Punk's dreamed of this chance to stare down Steve Austin. The Texas Rattlesnake is here, looking to hunt down CM Punk.
from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Steve Austin looks ready for a fight.
And he looks even more ready to teach CM Punk a lesson.
CM Punk wanted this. He wanted his shot against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, you get what you ask for, Punk. A tall, cold can of whoop-ass is about to be opened up in that ring. Stone Cold Steve Austin and CM Punk are two of the most defiant, anti-authority, rebellious, irritable men we've ever had the pleasure of watching in the ring. But tonight, we find out who is the toughest SOB of them all.
Yeah, a lot of common ground between these two. Surely a lot of mutual respect and admiration, but Austin and Punk couldn't help but ask themselves, who's the better man? Bell to bell.
And now we get the privilege of watching them work out the answer here in the ring in what promises to be a chaotic, no-holds-barred match.
Oh, chair shot delivered. Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Punk has Austin right where he wants him and is not letting up.
Two men fighting right now. They could not be any different when it comes to their backgrounds. Punk has often been a straight-edge antagonist, and Austin is forever known as a beer-swilling hero.
Yeah, these two would probably never hit the town together after a match, but there are so many other elements of their personalities that completely align. Both Punk and Austin are steadfast in their beliefs. They both love to fight more than anything and stand tall as icons of their respective eras.
It's almost like if they weren't so stubborn, they'd make the perfect tag team.
What's something Punk has to really take into consideration facing off against old Stone Cold?
Punk has to realize that he can't count on
Blow for blow, each one getting stiffer.
Ooh! Boom, did you hear the impact?
When chatting with CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin said there's no quote-unquote time shift that Punk can take to put himself back in the Attitude Era. But right now, he's facing perhaps the best of that era, and Austin is in the best shape of his life for this battle.
I question Stone Cold.
Watch out! Uh-oh, he's searching for something.
Oh, ho, ho! Bringing a baseball bat into play.
And he gets set back into the ring. Uh-oh, Punk taking a look under the ring apron now.
He's adding even more tension to this match by adding the table into the mix.
Oh, and that's what you get for disrespecting your opponent.
Over a decade ago, these two men sat together for a very intense confrontation. During that interview, CM Punk claimed he would have thrived during Steve Austin's era, just as he did today.
Punk also claimed that there were more sharks in the water during the Attitude Era than during Punk's heyday. Now, I take some umbrage to that since I was in the water during that era, but I get where Punk is coming from. Punk is a man who rises to the level of the competition. He's risen to it when facing the likes of John Cena and The Rock, and he can do so when facing another Mount Rushmore talent like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He'll never be the same after that trip through a table.
He might just be stalling for time here. Clearly lost in the moment. He better snap out of it.
Connected hard with the calf kick.
Something we've discussed before is that Punk represents the best of the modern era, and Austin the best of the Attitude Era. Both men have proven they can hang with the others' contemporaries.
You're right about that, Cole. Who can forget when Austin came out of retirement and defeated Kevin Owens in a main event battle at WrestleMania 38, which was also a no-holds-barred match, I might add.
That was definitely impressive, guys, but look at the list of competitors that Punk has stood toe-to-toe with in the ring. Kane,
CM Punk looking to turn out the lights. Boom! GTS.
Is it enough for Punk? Using the sharp point of the elbow.
The rattlesnake's being picked apart.
CM Punk somehow managing to exceed Stone Cold's intensity.
This is turning into a brawl. Oh.
Neither competitor is backing down.
Oh, this exchange is whipping this capacity crowd into a frenzy.
Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two.
Barely anything left, but still slugging away.
Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up. Oh, my goodness. What a double-handed chop. Piercing chop.
Throwing down the proverbial gauntlet. Where is this going to go next?
Oh, my God, steel chair.
That looked nasty. And, oh, yeah, he's definitely bleeding now.
Turns it around. When asked about the locker room of Punk's prime, Steve Austin was a bit dismissive, saying he'd only need 1 or 2 moves to beat him. As to the top talent like Punk and John Cena, it would take, quote, 3 or 4.
Well, I'm sure Austin meant to include me in the latter group, but all that aside, the rattlesnake is veering into overconfidence with a comment like that. Could a legend like Austin beat most competitors handily? Yes. But to think he's also an echelon above first ballot Hall of Famers like Punk and Cena is a surefire way to be caught by surprise and suffer an embarrassing loss. I expected this match to be hellacious, but Punk and Austin are truly outdoing themselves.
Yeah, this is a level of intensity we do not often get to see.
Uh-oh. This is not going to be nice. This is going to be nasty.
It's all about winning, no matter what it takes.
Superplex off the top rope.
And CM Punk is in control.
Punk laying into Austin with a chain of hits.
When asked about facing CM Punk, Austin claimed that he would push and try to get the best out of Punk, to give Punk an even bigger mean streak than ever.
I'm not so sure that's humanly possible, given the depths we've seen Punk sink to in order to secure a win, but I do not doubt the words of the rattlesnake. When you're in the ring against Austin, you have to be at your best, and CM Punk will certainly need to compete at his highest level to date in order to secure a win.
Mongolian chop, kick connects.
Ooh, that's going to echo in your ear for a bit.
Stop!
Stealing a page straight from his opponent's playbook there.
Shoulders down. No, he beats the count.
And he is incredulous after the kick out. Almost lost to his own move.
Punk took his best shot.
Punk's had enough. He's look.
Uh-oh. Stone Cold able to reverse that.
Getting out. CM Punk looking to end things here. Gotta sleep. That could be Austin's demise. And this has to be it.
There's 2.
It's all over. CM Punk has beaten Steve Austin.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
CM Punk, the best in the world, has stopped the Texas Rattlesnake.
But Austin did not go quietly. This was a no-holds-barred battle to remember. An iconic throwdown between 2 unruly troublemakers.
And we loved every second of it. Congratulations to CM Punk.
I have one last personal dream match that I'd like to make happen. And since I'm the one controlling the fancy fantasy time travel computer today, it's exactly what we're gonna do. He dominated the cruiserweight scene in WCW, then joined WWE, where he captured European, Intercontinental, and Tag Team Championships in short order. Eddie Guerrero was pure magic in the ring. While I was still on the indie circuit, I watched Eddie return to WWE using his Latino heat to do the unthinkable, capture the WWE Championship.
Eddie to the top rope. Frog splash! Frog splash!
Lying, cheating, and stealing his way to the top was the only way Eddie knew how to get things done, and the fans loved him for it. I always hoped that when the day came that I signed with WWE, I'd have the opportunity to perform with Eddie once again. But for now, we'll let Slingshot Tech make the impossible possible. Just like my matches against Cactus Jack and Stone Cold, who you choose is on you. No matter who you choose and no matter what happens in the ring, we're still cool. And Eddie Guerrero will forever be loved and missed. Viva la raza, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a match many thought we would never see. Eddie Guerrero versus CM Punk.
Just listen to this ovation for the Second City Saint.
CM Punk just soaking it in, feeding off his hometown crowd.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
This is what Eddie knew he was walking into tonight. The loudest, most passionate ovation you may hear all year.
Yeah, Cole, but Eddie also knows you don't wrestle a crowd. Punk may be feeling invincible right now, but once that bell rings, it's just him and Eddie.
And when you face Eddie Guerrero, things get very real very fast.
This is an emotional matchup for CM Punk, and you better believe Eddie knows that already. These two briefly crossed paths before Punk joined WWE.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of respect between the two of them right now, but once the bell rings, I expect that to all go out the window.
Latino Heat!
From El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
Just look at that smirk on Eddie's face. He's eating this up, not being intimidated by all the noise, not being intimidated by Punk.
Eddie can match Punk with his technical ability, he can match him with his mental game, and he can match him on pure fighting spirit. And once upon a time, when they met in the ring before WWE, Eddie had the experience. You have to wonder if Eddie can exploit that and make Punk once again feel like a rookie.
You have to think that Eddie would love nothing more than to take the win from Punk here in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, Cole, but whenever CM Punk is in Chicago, he fights like a man absolutely possessed.
Two of the biggest personalities in WWE colliding here tonight in Chicago. This might be the biggest match of the year.
You can tell there's a lot of respect between Punk and Eddie. Punk idolized Eddie as a teenager, and then the two crossed paths before Punk joined WWE. But even with that mutual respect, I expect the rules to be tested tonight.
Oh, we know Eddie will do that, and Punk has shown he'll adapt when necessary. But at the end of the night in Chicago, only one of them will stand tall.
CM Punk, Eddie Guerrero, two of the best to ever do it in that ring.
Incoming!
Climbing the ropes a second time.
wants to finish this.
Up high. Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact. Pushing leg sweep. A steady stream of moves taking out Eddie.
Punk is not taking his eyes off Eddie for a second, and it is paying off. Butterfly backbreaker.
Massive miscalculation on that one. Oh, from behind. Looking for the Hurricane Rana.
Into an uppercut.
You know, so often when we have these dream matches, there's some sort of stipulation involved. But for Eddie and Punk, tonight's a pure wrestling match.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. Yes, both men are known to lie, cheat, and steal, but there's an art form to doing so within the limits of the rulebook. Plus, even though both men have lived in the land of extreme, I have a feeling both men will fight with honor tonight.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Punk proving he's seen this movie before, and Eddie can't find an opening here.
Two men that are the epitome of resilience. Punk and Eddie always fight with everything until that final bell.
This is going to be as much a psychological match as it is a physical one. I'm sure Eddie is looking to lie, cheat, and steal his way to victory here. But I can guarantee that Punk can plan for that.
CM Punk has an in-ring IQ that's second to none. But I wonder if even he can plan for a man who immortalized the phrase, lie, cheat, and steal.
Corey, let's not discount that Punk has shown he can be underhanded as well. But something we know about Eddie is that he knows when to dig even deeper into his bag of tricks when facing a more seasoned opponent. I think we'll see some antics from Eddie tonight that even Punk has never seen. Quick evasion from him there. Punk now locks in that double underhook. Hoisted up. Double underhook backbreaker.
I know CM Punk, and the man was always confident that he'd reach the mountaintop in WWE. But starting his career, guys, from the top. Oh, gosh, our ref getting caught in the crossfire.
Eddie gets countered.
Nice sit-out powerbomb. That was a powerbomb with one message. Eddie Guerrero upsetting Punk in his hometown.
I have one last personal dream match that I'd like to make happen. And since I'm the one controlling the fancy fantasy time travel computer today, it's exactly what we're gonna do. He dominated the cruiserweight scene in WCW, then joined WWE, where he captured European
CM Punk squaring off against Eddie Guerrero. And just listen to this crowd. From the top, he fails to connect. Manages to reverse it. CM Punk, Eddie Guerrero, two of the best to ever do it in that ring. They've crossed paths before Punk joined WWE.
Flying. Nicely done. Managing to save themselves there.
Big clothesline. Tonight, a clash of epic egos as CM Punk takes on Eddie Guerrero in front of a thunderous Chicago crowd. Oh, and a neck breaker.
CM Punk looking to show off his power game now. Butterfly backbreaker.
And Punk gets countered there. CM Punk and Eddie Guerrero had a few matches with one another in 2002, which was less than 5 years removed from Punk's in-ring debut, only 3 years from when he decided to pursue professional wrestling full-time.
Even that early in his career, CM Punk was known as an indie darling, a pro wrestling wunderkind. But Punk has said that being in the ring with Eddie back then made him realize that he had a lot left to learn. It would be 4 years after their initial encounters that Punk would finally make his way to WWE.
True to his in-ring form, it shows Punk's a diligent planner when it comes to in-ring competition. He could have rushed his way into WWE and challenged Eddie again, but who knows how Punk would have performed with less time learning his craft. Now, he's the best in the world, and he's ready to show Latino Heat everything he's got.
You know, so often when we have these dream matches, there's some sort of stipulation involved. Here we go. Eddie with a reversal. Lifted and completely helpless here. No, got him right where he wants him. He gets an emphatic kick out.
I suppose you have to take the shot, but it's still too early to wrap up this one just yet.
Reversal. And that turns things around.
Hooked up.
Looking for something big here.
Wants to finish this.
Sky high.
Boom.
Again? He's making the climb again? I can't believe this.
Taking flight. Fortune favors the bold. These risks could be a winning strategy. Russian leg sweep. Beautiful side Russian leg sweep.
And CM Punk is in control.
Punk proving he's seen this movie before, and Eddie can't find an opening here.
Looks like he's coming back in.
He's able to dodge that one in time.
Eddie up top. From way up.
Oh, God. Terrible landing on the outside.
Top things to the high rent district, but the price ended up being way too steep.
Misses the target. Into a sleeper hold. Oh, and a neck breaker.
Getting back to his feet, trying to fight on, but it might be too late.
Guerrero timed that one well. Eddie Guerrero now. Oh, he is putting on a show this evening. 2 down, 1 to go. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 amigos. Eddie's got Punk seeing more stars than on the Chicago flag after that one.
Hooked up, and boom! Eddie has to be aware now. This isn't the kid I faced before. This man is my equal, maybe better. Check out the springboard.
Taking off from the ropes.
Stalking him now. He could be looking to put him away.
What a clothesline. Got him where he wants him.
Up and
a perfect Falcon Arrow there.
I know CM Punk, and the man was always confident that he'd reach the mountaintop.
Look at the height. Frog splash. What's he about to do? Oh, driver. Spiked him. Guerrero's falling victim to the onrush right now.
Punk is not. What's he gonna take to end it? It might be this. Down with a GTS.
Now CM Punk needs to end this.
Devastating elbow strike.
And retaliates with a counter.
And gets sent right into the corner. Wrist lock applied. Looking to walk the ropes all the way to the top. Incredible balance being shown.
And Eddie pays for leaving an opening.
Point of the knee used to great effect.
Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Guerrero needs to better assess the situation to turn this around. And backbreaker.
Making his way to the top here.
Up high. what impact.
Misses on the springboard.
From the top. Axe handle from the middle rope.
Boom, what a roundhouse. Guerrero's falling victim to the onrush right now. Lift off. What a splash.
Oh. Punk peppering his opponent with attacks. Uranagi into the Anaconda vice grip.
He's in excruciating pain. A couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it. Chop.
Foregoing any finesse now, instead choosing to trade these heavy shots. Blow after blow, test of endurance at this point. And this match is swiftly turning into a knockdown, drag-out affair. Oh, Mongolian chop. And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back down to sleep. That's going to keep Guerrero down.
Beautiful transition.
And now the cover. Punk did it here in Chicago.
Here is your winner, Punk!
This has to mean so much more for Punk than just a win. Defeating your idol is something few people ever get to experience.
Let alone in front of your hometown, on your native soil.
You can just tell Punk is being overwhelmed with emotion right now.